Hello, subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to another episode of Clannad. If you haven't already, I will advise that you go ahead on over to episode, I believe it is labeled as 20.5, where I ask you guys to choose whether or not you would like for me to put the series on hiatus now, which is what I would prefer, because then the hiatus after release will be rather short. Or would you rather that I continue on with it and then put it on hiatus after release, and that hiatus will be somewhat lengthy in comparison to if I had put it on hiatus now. So far I've only got one person who voiced their opinion. As I said, please go ahead on over to episode, again, I believe it is labeled as 20.5 if you haven't already, so that you can voice your opinion, because I consider it fairly important that you do so. But let's go ahead and start up. And go to here. This episode is only going to be approximately 30 minutes long. Let me go and find my dice real quick. There we go. Well, 30 minutes not counting the intro section, but whatever. I find this amusing. Turn your nose around and get out from under me.
こいつの怒った顔面白いね。
フーコの怒った顔は見せ物じゃないです。
You're right, that doesn't really look like an angry face, if you ask me.
フーコは変な人と話がしたいだけです。二人で話したいのでついてきてください。この辺でいいです。話はですね。
ん？何？
変な人がダブルです。
Yeah, I didn't say anything there because I was not exactly expecting a double dialogue there.
フーコが呼んだのは片方だけです。
Is that so? Well, see ya.
あなたの方です。
So it's me? She seizes my shirt sleeve again.
てめえ、さっき僕にも変な人って言ったじゃないかよ。
あなたは髪が変な人です。
Oh, being specific.
絶対に喧嘩売ってるよね、この子。
I'm the one whose whole existence is weird. You only have a part of yourself that's weird.
わかったよ。今回は見逃しといてやるよ。
As well you probably should. With an irritated look on his face, Sanhara disappears. First off, quit calling me a strange person. I don't get what the hell you mean.
名前忘れました。
Well, that's not a good thing, but I guess I'm not one to talk. I personally forget names very easily. It's okay if you forgot, but don't just start calling people strange person. It makes me seem like a dangerous guy, doesn't it?
では、名前もう一度教えてください。
Okazaki.
では、岡崎さん。
Yeah? Finally, it seems like business is going underway.
岡崎さん、フーコに言うことはありませんか？
That probably should have said getting underway, not going underway. Going underway doesn't exactly sound right, to me at least. But I'm not an English major, so I don't really know. Something to say?
はい。
Was she up crying last night? Talk round the clock about things she likes. Various unnecessary things we don't need. Kind of like that option. I wonder what they're going to talk about. Yeah, let's go with that one. Various unnecessary things we don't need.
耳たぶは余計です。使い道がないです。
Ah, I see.
岡崎さんはとても失礼です。ちゃんと思い出してください。昨日のことを思い出したら、フーコに言うことも思い出します。
I lose myself in reminiscence for a while. I bet a drinking straw went up her nose. Are your nostrils okay?
いきなり変なこと言わないでください。
No, that was just what I figured I should say to you.
最悪です。
I kind of have to agree with that. Yeah, that's definitely the worst thing to say, but, well, various things were happening. Yeah, I wonder.
本当に思い出せないんですか？
Yep, looks like I don't.
プレゼントのことです。
Present?
これです。
Fugo gives me oh, an armful of wooden stars? Oh, I remember now. Wait, you said present?
そうです。プレゼントです。
From you to me.
そうです。どちらかというとシャキッとしたフーコから変な岡崎さんへのプレゼントです。
I see. What am I gonna do with these? They'll definitely be a bother when I head back to the entrance. This is a real annoyance. I can't put it in my bag, and walking around carrying these in my hands is embarrassing. Besides, taking them home and then getting told to give them back afterwards would be a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll leave them here. Okay, I'll leave them on top of the shoe rack. I'll just be quiet. In short, what she's looking for is gratitude. But handing something over just like that doesn't need thanks or anything. Saying thanks obediently would be annoying. How much is it? I take out my wallet.
プレゼントです。
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. I give her my gratitude, much like Tanimura Shinji, and leave.
待ってください。
She grabs onto the cuff of my clothes. What? You still have something you want? Classes are going to start soon.
それでですね。
What do you want? Hurry up and say it.
もうすぐフーコの姉が結婚するんです。
Oh, is that so?
それでもしよろしければ一緒に祝ってくださいませんか？
Eh? Me?
はい。
Congratulations on the wedding, Fuko's sister. See ya.
違います。
This time she grabs my whole arm. What the heck? Didn't I just congratulate her?
違います。当日です。
The right day. The wedding ceremony?
はい。
Are you telling me to come to the ceremony?
はい。
I refuse.
どうしてですか？プレゼント嬉しくなかったですか？
The present has nothing to do with it. Even so, I didn't like it. I have no duty to congratulate your sister. In the first place, I don't even know you very well.
フーコのお姉ちゃんはこの学校で美術の先生をしてました。
Was she? Then I might know her.
3年前に辞めましたけど。
Then that means nothing to me. If she quit 3 years ago, no one going to this school would have known her.
やっぱりそうですか。
It's obvious. All the students your sister taught would have graduated last year. In other words, that means none of the students here have any duty or debt to your sister. How about the guy she's marrying?
相手はユウスケさんといって無口ですが優しい方です。
I'm not asking about that. Does he have any connection to this school?
ないです。
Then neither of them have any link to this school at all. Looking discouraged, she rubs a star she holds to her chest. Are you trying to gather people to congratulate her like this?
はい。
Make presents for everyone and give them out?
はい。
What should I say? In this situation, it'd probably be best to tell her flat out. It's impossible.
はい。
Don't you think? If you managed to do that, it'd be a miracle. Nowadays, a person who would congratulate someone who they've never seen nor know about, like your sister, that sort of person doesn't exist. Even if they're bored, since they're still going to school studying, would take higher priority. It was just something she did, thinking of her sister. She thought it would be nice to bring a lot of friends and congratulate her. That was it. She doesn't have to do something like that. You're really clumsy, aren't you?
はい。
She opens her hands and shows me her palms. No, not that. Even with things as they are, you're gonna try doing this?
はい、当然です。
An immediate reply. With those presents.
はい。自分で言うのもなんですが、可愛くできました。
Holding her stars, she smiles. Being so single-minded like this, I'm weak, aren't I? I get it. Do what you want.
はい。
In exchange, stop hurting yourself. If you hurt yourself anymore, I'll force you to stop.
はい。
You're fine with just replying, huh? Are you really okay?
大丈夫です。岡崎さんよりかはしっかりしています。
I'm being looked down upon as well.
それでは、行ってきます。
Alright. Fuko runs off and calls to a boy I've never seen.
何？
どうぞ。
She presents a star.
え？何これ？
プレゼントです。
僕に？
はい。
ありがとう。
The student takes the misshaped star.
それと、
はい？
もうすぐ、風子の姉が結婚するんです。もしよろしければ、一緒に祝ってください。
え？誰って？
風子の姉です。3年前まで、この学校で美術の先生をしてました。
3年前ってことは、僕は知らないんだけど。
And we'd already informed her of this. The same responses as mine are being repeated. What a long road she's on, is what I thought. From today onward, she's going to be going around asking person by person to do this. And I was the first. I don't have any plan to congratulate her sister, whom I've never seen, but even so, it'd be nice if she gathered a lot of people. That's what I think. Come to think of it, the stars I got. I leave the two repeating the same answers and go to the shoe lockers. I know I left them here. No matter how much I search, I can't find them. I feel a little guilty. Depending on whose turn it was to do the cleaning duty, they could have been thrown away. And if that's the case, I really have no excuse. The bell rings. I hurry back to the classroom. Lunch break.
幽霊？
The two students sitting in front of me are having a conversation with their books still in hand.
ああ、ここんとこよく目撃されてるらしいよ。例の女生徒の例。マジ？
It's a boring subject, but even if I don't want to listen to them, I can still hear their conversation.
その女生徒を知ってるやつがいてさ、そいつが言うには絶対幽霊だって。マジかよ。ああ、その女生徒はね、2年前に交通事故に遭ってるんだ。長いこと入院してたらしいんだけど、結局助からなかったんだって。事故に遭ったのがまだ入学して間もない頃だったらしくてさ、高校生活を満喫できないままで未練が残っちゃって、それで霊になって遊びに来てるんだってさ。ちょっと悲しいお話だよね。
でもさ、それってあれだぜ。
あ？
その話をしてるやつってさ、同じ3年だろ。
ああ。
つうことはあれだよ。
なんだよ。
俺たちの興味をさ、勉強からそらそうとしてんだよ。つまりさ、ライバルを減らそうとしてるんだって。
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
ああ、確かにそれもあり得る話だけど、
あんまり真に受けない方がいいって。
そうかもな。でもなんか噂が本物っぽいんだよな。テレビ局とか来てさ、大騒ぎになるかもよ。
Uh-huh.
なるわけないだろ
If Sunahara was listening to this story, I wonder what he'd do. He'd probably drag me away to investigate with him, saying that it sounds interesting. I look at the empty seat next to me. It's a good thing he isn't here. There's no way that something like a ghost would exist. Once the next break begins, Sunahara yells down the corridor to me and Furukawa.
犯人わかったよ
You seriously went to investigate?
大丈夫だっておとなしくやったから
Kinda doubt it.
で犯人なんだけどやっぱり合唱部の一人だった杉坂って子でそれがまたおとなしそうな顔したやつなんだよ
You always gotta watch out for the quiet ones. How'd you figure it out?
そいつのクラスメートが見てた
Uh-huh.
時間は昨日の放課後遅くだ3年の下駄箱なのに何やってるんだろうって不思議に思ったってよ下駄箱のクラスも覚えてた B 組それでそいつが合唱部の一人となったらもう間違いないよな
You're not making all of that up, are you?
本当だっての見てたやつの名前も教えてやるよ
It's fine.
まあそういうことだやっぱり女ってのはわからないね
Very few people do.
なわかったろ自分の考えが甘かったってさ
He starts to talk to the now silent Furukawa. Hey, shut up.
お前ね誰のおかげで真相が分かったと思ってるんだよ
We didn't want to know such a truth.
違います
ん何がだよ
きっとすごく深いわけがあるんですそうしないといけなかった深いわけが
まだこの子は甘いこと言ってるよみんな汚い手段使って自分だけいい目見ようって頑張ってんだよ自分だけがルール守ってたらバカ見るよほら言ってくれよ部長さんどんな手を使ってでもいいから部を勝ち取ろうってさそうしたら望み通りの成果を上げてみせるよ
絶対に言わないですそんなことしたら真面目に頑張ってる子がかわいそうです
それ自分だっての
Go home.
どうしてさここまで来たんだから一緒にやらせろよ
I said go home. You're really annoying me.
その子の方が正しいって言うのかよ
Sunahara turns his back on us.
まあいいや勝手にやってくれ
He walks down the corridor, leaving us with just that. I couldn't even follow that up with a he's not such a bad guy, but
篠原さんは悪い人ではないです
eh? It wasn't me, the guy who knew him for a while, saying it, but instead it was Furukawa who just met him.
演劇部のために頑張ってくれてますなのに私文句言ってばっかりで申し訳ないです
No, he's just having fun with this.
そんなことないですわざわざ下級生の子に会って話を聞いたりできないですちゃんと後でお礼言います
How is she able to do that? Hey, don't get near Furukawa again.
なんでさ
You just don't fit together. You're from completely different worlds.
いいじゃん新鮮だよ
You know, you're being a lot of trouble for her.
本人がそう言ってたの
I wonder if he's really being that much of a bother. No. She wanted to talk to Sunahara afterwards, didn't she?
言ってないんだろ
He's not even close to a bother. She even wanted to thank him.
それとも何お気に入り
Well, that's not the case.
だったらいいじゃんお前だってパン目当てなんだしさ
Well, I couldn't take that back at this point.
でもほんとあまりに考え方が違ってて面白いよあんな子普 普通は僕らなんかに寄ってこないからね。
Guys like us. That's right. Sonohara and I are supposed to be the same kind of person. Looking at everything from a distance, laughing and ridiculing everything, always cool and easygoing. I spent 2 of my years as a student acting like that. Then, Sonohara and I both... We must have both found something interesting and new, and we've both been enjoying that something. Fourth period ends and lunch break follows.
昼はどうするの？あの子と一緒？
Yeah, I am.
例の人気のパン。
School bread.
あの子も？
Yeah, both of us are having school bread.
なんだよ。
What are you going to do? Or what are you going to be doing?
学食のパンはさすがに食い飽きたからね。何かいいもの食ってくるよ。
Do you have that kind of money?
もちろんないけどね。
He smiles at me as if he's thinking that something will work itself out and leaves the classroom. Jeez, he really... Then, as always, I meet Furukawa in the courtyard.
篠原さんはお誘いしなかったんでしょうか？
He heard that we were having school bread and said he was tired of it and left. Anyway, he's probably found someone and is shaking them down for lunch money. He's that kind of guy, after all. He's a good guy, but he loses interest in things really fast. Once he's bored with something, he doesn't care about it anymore.
そうなんですか？
Yeah. We sit down on the stone steps and begin to eat our bread. As Furukawa munches away on her bread, I pretend not to notice while staring at her face. After all, Furukawa is just something new that I'm curious about, I guess. I don't know. Roll the dice. And we got a 2, so... Yeah, that must be it. It's as if I was pretending to be her defender and watching out for Sonohara for her. But it's the other way around. I'm the same kind of person as Sonohara. I was just having fun being with her and seeing her. If I lost interest in her, I'd leave, just like Sonohara. Even so, I'm honestly enjoying being with her right now. So, just for a little longer, I want to be together with her. Furukawa, now finished with her bread, looks over my way. Our eyes meet. I wonder if she'll call me out over staring at her. I pretend to be calm and answer.
はい。一つだけ聞いていいですか？
Yeah, anything you want.
篠原さんのことですけど。
Sonohara?
はい。どうして部活動を嫌ってるんでしょうか？
Oh, history lesson time. Did he say something like that?
はい。初めてお会いした時に言ってました。部活動してる人たちが忌まわしいとか。それが岡崎さんと篠原さんが共通することだって。岡崎さんが部活動を嫌っていた理由は聞きました。でも篠原さんの理由はまだ知らないです。
It's just like he said. He and I are alike.
どういうことでしょうか？
He was in the club during his first year too. But he ended up fighting with students from other schools and got hit with a suspension. He got dropped as a regular, lost his place on the team, and was forced out of the club.
そうだったんですか。ならやっぱり篠原さんにもいてほしいです。そんな気持ちよくわかりますから。みんなで一つの目標に向かって頑張る。それは楽しいことです。
I guess so. I reply. I enter the classroom and Sonohara soon follows behind me.
すげえ腹いっぱい。 今日800円のうどん付きのカツ丼食ったんだぜ。午後からはよく寝られそうだよ。うん。
Yeah, just go ahead and sleep. Ah, so tired. I look next to me. Sunhara is lying flat on the desk, asleep. Sleeping until school is over is definitely the easiest way to get through classes. We'll go and freshen ourselves up, I guess. Even though I'm tired, I'm not sleepy at all. Maybe it's because I haven't moved at all today. I leave the classroom to freshen myself up. Maybe I'll go and buy some juice again. Now on the way back, something small runs past me. Yell for her to stop. Hey!
Eh?
She stops and turns around as I call her.
変な人。
And in her hand is the usual wooden star carving. Saying that to people. Running around the school holding such a thing. Are you a kid?
フーコ、子供じゃないです。どちらかというと、大人びてます。
What kind of mouth are you using to say such a thing? I've never seen such a childlike person in this school besides you. She points at me. What? Are you saying I'm a kid? She nods.
フーコ、忙しいんです。遊んでる暇なんてないんです。
Don't say such things. You're taking too much time because you're always playing.
違います。これは、フーコがお姉ちゃんのためにできることを必死に考えてですね。それで、この可愛くて素敵な。
There we go again. Hey. I wave my hand in front of her as she hums in front of my eyes. No response at all. It seems she's begun her travel to her far-off place again. What should I do now? Play a prank on her, of course. So we've mastered feeding juice into her nose. So let's try, I don't know. Roll the dice. Oh, shoot, dropped it. Got a 1. So we shall switch location. I hold Fuku by the shoulder and make her walk, dragging her along. We turn a corner, then I push her inside a narrow path and head back to the hall alone. This is taking quite long. Fuku came running towards me as she finally came back to reality.
今、フーコ、変なところにいました。見慣れない形の便器がたくさん並んでました。
Oh, so we threw her into the men's restroom. I see. You've learned something new. That place you've been to is the guy's washroom.
どうしてフーコ、あんな場所にいたんでしょうか。
Don't know. Didn't you walk in there dizzily by yourself?
そうですか。そんな時は止めてください。
Like I said, you should stop daydreaming.
フーコ、忙しいのにとてもくだらないことで時間を潰してしまいました。
Are you still giving out that thing?
もちろんです。それでは。
She titter-tatters away, saying that. I also went back inside the classroom. Once classes end, I began practicing Furukawa's speech for the exposition with her. And I'm actually going to cut this off because there's about 40 seconds left on the timer that I set. So it's ending a little bit early, but that's because there's no reason for me to go and keep it going for those extra couple seconds. But as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. And as I said at the beginning, if you have yet to do so, head on over to episode, I believe it is labeled as 20.5, so that you can vote. Just so that you can, at the very least, voice your opinion. And of course, I'm going to go with whichever has the most votes. So yeah, as I just said, as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, farewell.